So, next we will discuss about the numerical problem that we have planned to solve in today's class. So, the problem is, let us first write the problem statement and then we will discuss the steps of solving this particular problem. Okay. So, the problem statement is, if I write this is problem 1. So, now this problem, it is given that the following data are given in connection with testing of a radial flow pump. In connection with testing of a radial flow pump, right. It is given that the pump is driven by 3 phase induction motor. So, which is driven by 3 phase induction motor. Okay. So, this is basically the problem statement. Now, what are the data? It is given discharge that is 183 liter per minute. This is given liter per minute. It is given suction head that is 4.4 meter, delivery head that is 7.7 meter, and also power input to the pump is given 7 kilowatt, right, and given inlet I am writing stroke suction and outlet stroke delivery pipe diameter. Are 80 millimeter and 65 millimeter respectively. Okay. What we need to calculate? We need to calculate the overall efficiency, calculate overall and mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency. It is also mentioned that hydraulic efficiency is given, hydraulic 90%. Okay, so this is the problem statement you can understand, and this problem statement, this is the problem wherein we need to apply whatever we have learned from the testing procedure of a radial flow pump, right. So, it is given. Now, quickly we have to solve this problem. Discharge is given, but this is given in liter per minute. These two line I would like to these two statement, that is suction head and delivery head, mind it, these are not the suction height and delivery height. So, these are suction head and delivery head. So, that means the expression we have established in the previous class, we have to recall those. Okay. So, if we go to the next slide, so the given data are So, this is solution. So, Q equal 183 liter per minute, that is nothing but 183 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube per minute, and if you would like to convert it in meter cube per second, that would be, I am writing the direct value, it will be 0.01805 meter cube per second. It is very straightforward, you have to divide by 60. So, this is given. Now, what is given, that is suction head. Now, very quickly if you would like to drive, see if we try to draw the schematic depiction of the centrifugal radial flow pump testing. So, again I am telling the centrifugal pump, because centrifugal pump is the commercial name and it is very much used, and in most of the undergraduate textbook it is given this is the centrifugal, I mean instead of radial flow pump it is written centrifugal pump. So, this is basically the testing circuit. We have one suction pressure gauge and delivery pressure gauge, right. So, if you can understand, this is the point S, this is the point D, and this is the point 2 wherein liquid is getting discharged, right, and this is the point 1. This is small h s and this distance is small h d. So, these are the static height in the suction side and delivery side. So, if we try to recall that P s by gamma, what is this? So, this is the static pressure measured by the pressure gauge which is placed in the suction side, that is nothing but minus H s plus H s f plus V s square by 2 g, and similarly P d by gamma, that is the pressure which is measured at the delivery from the delivery gauge which is from the pressure gauge which is placed in the delivery line, and that is nothing but H d plus H f d, right. Okay. Now, see what we can calculate, we can calculate V s, that is velocity in the suction line, velocity of liquid in pump suction pipe, that is nothing but Q divided by pi by 4 d s square, right, because we know d s, this d s is given 80 millimeter, that is nothing but 0.0, so that is given 0.080 meter, 0.080 meter. So, if we plug in the value of 80, so that is nothing but 0.01805 divided by pi by 4 into 0.08 square, and this value will come is 3.59 meter per second. So, you can easily calculate what will be the velocity in the pump suction line. Now, similarly, if we try to calculate velocity in the pump delivery line, so velocity of liquid in delivery pipe. So, V d, that is Q divided by pi by 4 d d square, 0.01805 divided by pi by 4 0.065 square, right. So, if we calculate it, we will be getting this is 5.44 meter per second. From these two values, I would like to draw one conclusion that in the last class we have discussed about that though it is not necessary, but usually in practice it is considered that the suction pipe diameter should be one size or two size higher than the delivery pipe diameter. If that is the case, then definitely velocity will be less. What we can see from this particular example, you can see velocity in the pump delivery side is 5.44 meter per second, whereas the velocity of the liquid in the pump suction line is 3.59 meter per second. This is done essentially to reduce this fellow, so that the pressure at the pump suction site at the inlet to the pump should not fall below the vapor pressure, because this is the negative pressure. So, if it is reduced, then this will be relatively less negative value, and that will prevent the pump from this, from the undesirable phenomenon, that is cavitation. Okay. So, that we have easily calculated. Now, what we can do is quickly, so we need to calculate overall efficiency. So, first what I will do, I will calculate overall efficiency. First, so what is overall efficiency? Eta O, that is output power it is the ratio of output power to the input power. Right. So, now if we, what is output power, that I have discussed, that is nothing but if the pump is delivering Q meter cube per second liquid against a head of H multiplied by rho g divided by P in, and this P in is given 7 kilowatt. If we go to the previous slide, so this is P in. Okay. So, what we can do, if you would like to calculate overall efficiency, you can see from this expression we need to calculate H, the total head that will be developed by the pump. Now, this is what is important, I would like to discuss, that H is the total head will be developed by the pump, and this is nothing but, if we try to recall whatever we have learned from the previous class, that is nothing but P d by gamma plus V d square by 2 g minus P s by gamma plus V s square by 2 g, right. Already we have written the expression of P s by gamma and P d by gamma here. If we try to plug in the expression of these two quantities in this case, then we can write this will be H d plus H f d. I mean, if we rearrange, then H s plus H f s plus V s square by 2 g plus V d square minus V s square divided by 2 g. Now, this fellow, if I try to write in different color, this fellow is the delivery gauge reading or head. So, this is the delivery head that is given. This fellow, the suction gauge reading or head. So, and this is the head which is developed due to change in velocity while liquid is passing from the suction side reservoir to the discharging point, right. So, that is what we have discussed. Now, if you would like to calculate this H, how? So, we know, and this is given. So, this is capital H d, this is capital H s, right. Now, if we go back to the previous slide, so this is basically capital H s and this is capital H d. So, capital H s and capital H d, these values are given, right. So, value of H s and H d is given over here. Now, if we try to use these values and if we calculate the total head, so that will be H d plus H s plus V d square minus V s square by 2 g. So, that would be nothing but 7.7 plus 4.4 plus 5.44 square minus 3.95 square divided by 2 into 9.81, and the total value will be coming 12.95 meter. So, that is the unit of head. So, it will be meter. Also, you try to understand suction head is very small, right, as compared to the delivery. So, that is the objective, right. As if I can recall correctly, in the previous class we have discussed that the selection of pump delivery pipe and suction pipe will be done on the basis of two different perspectives. So, the perspective for the delivery pipe is to provide head economic consideration, and for the suction side is to prevent the pump from the undesirable phenomenon, that is cavitation, right. NPSs available should be higher than the required, or at least it should be equal to the NPSs required by the pump. Okay, fine. So, now using this value, if we calculate eta overall, that is rho g cube h divided by 7 into 1000 watt. So, this is 9810, and it is given that 0.01805 into 12.95 divided by 7000, and it is coming this value will be coming 0.3276 or 32.76%. So, this is the overall efficiency, you can understand. Okay. So, if it is the overall efficiency, then we can easily calculate what will be the mechanical efficiency. So, now eta overall we have also learned it, that is nothing but eta mechanical into eta hydraulic. So, what will be eta mechanical? Then that will be nothing but eta overall by eta hydraulic. So, it is given 0.3276 divided by what is the eta hydraulic? Eta hydraulic is given 0.9. So, if we calculate it, it is coming 0.364. So, that is 36.4%. So, if I try to mark it using say red color. So, this is one answer and another answer is this is. So, basically our objective was to calculate the overall efficiency and mechanical efficiency from the problem statement from the data given in this problem, and we have seen that we can calculate what we have understood by solving this problem is that we also need to recall the different relation between different efficiencies, and from the exercise of this calculation, I mean what we have done in the context of the testing of a radial flow pump, we can easily calculate total head that will be developed by the pump. What is important that I would like to again tell you that the suction head and delivery head, please do not confuse with the suction head, I mean suction head with the suction height and delivery head with the delivery height. So, that is why I have taken this example to solve in this class. Okay. So, with this I stop my discussion today, and we will be discussing our next topic in the next class. Thank you.